I would like to thank you, PCSA, for giving me this opportunity to present my study. I would like to present my study of safety and efficacy of transvenous only approach in comparison to standard approach for the PDA device closure. PDA device closure is the standard of care. Standard approach uses both venous and arterial vascular access. Approximately 2.5 to 3.8 pediatric catheterizations have vascular related complications, especially arterial access related complications. So venous only approach is known to reduce arterial access related complications. So we aim to study the safety and efficacy of the venous only approach compared to standard approach for transcatheter closure of the PDA. Our primary objective is the proportion of patient with successful device closure in venous only approach compared to standard approach. And secondary objectives are proportion of patients having vascular related complications and other complications in venous only approach compared to standard approach, and proportion of patients requiring conversion from venous only approach to standard approach during the procedure. It is a single center retrospective observational study. The study was done from January 2014 to April 2021. All the patients with attempted PDA device closure was included, and the children with device ductus arteriosus not amenable to device closure or patients with incomplete data are excluded. So the PDA was closed using the as per the standard technique. And complications are noted. One is either procedure related complications like residual shunts, which were classified as left to right shunt without any significant jet, which is classified as no shunt. And with when there is a jet width of less than 2 mm, that is classified as trivial, and more than 2 mm is significant residual shunt. And device related complications like any obstruction to the surrounding structures like aorta or left pulmonary artery, and any device embolizations, and vascular access related complications, both venous and arterial access related complications. And total of 861 patient records were screened, out of which 850 were 6 were excluded due to incomplete data, and out of 855 patients, 36 patients was not suitable for PDA device closure due to age, size, and shape of the PDA and hemodynamic factors, and 819 patients were included for final analysis. In this, 313 were transvenous only access, and 506 patients are standard access population. And in this, we can see sex distribution. Around 51% of the patients are female in venous access, and 57% are in combined access. And distribution of age group, you can see almost 92% of the population are like less than 20 years, that is children and adolescent age group, and adults are more only 8.2%. And most of them are not having any associated defects, and non-significant VSD, ASD coarctation are seen in 1 to 2% of the population. And coming to the age, we can see in this venous only access has a lower age group with the age ranging from 0.16 to 36 years, whereas in standard access, that is around 3 months to 65 years are included, which is statistically significant. And size of the PDA is also significantly larger in combined access compared to venous only access. And in the in venous access, size of the PDA which was closed is ranging from 2 to 11 mm, and in standard access 1.6 to 19 mm. And the trend of use of the access, we can see from in the beginning, standard only access is the major stay of procedure, whereas with the improved technology and technique and operator convenience, most of them using venous only access and with a little combined access. Though in the last 2 to 3 years, the overall number of population is less due to the COVID pandemic. And results are in around 99.3% were successful in venous only access, and in standard access 98.6% are successful procedures. There are no significant residual shunts, and there were no major significant protrusion. And in this diagram, we can see access related complications are seen in 2 patients in venous only axis, which includes 1 hematoma and 1 arterial thrombosis, and in standard axis 1 hematoma and 1 arterial thrombosis. And reasons for failures are listed in this. In this, 2 are embolized, which was successfully retrieved, and 2 are causing significant obstruction to descending thoracic aorta, and 2 to left pulmonary artery, for which they were successfully removed, and 3 were removed due to very large size of the PDA, despite of the available largest size of the device, for which that was removed and sent for surgical closure. And of all this, only 1 patient required conversion to standard access for the removal of the device due to the embolization to aorta. And we can see most of the studies from 2013 to 2021, we can see venous alone access can successfully useful for closing the PDA, and vascular related complications are ranging between 2 to 7.2%. And most of the, except from the China in 2018, other studies are having lesser number of population. In China study by Jin Lu et al, out of 1,088 patients, 686 patients were venous only access. So to conclude, PDA device closure by venous only access is safe and effective approach compared to standard approach. Appropriate patient selection, pre and post to procedural echocardiographic assessment are key factors for the success. Thank you.
Excellent talk, Dr. Uma. We will go to the next abstract.